Hello everyone, Dylan of Dill Days here with another LEGO Elves review for Throwback Thursday, and this one's on Naida's Epic Adventure Ship and Aira's Pegasus Sleigh from 2015, of course. So on the front of each manual have the LEGO Elves logo and the neat kind of border on both of them, and picture of the sets in neat positions and the set numbers. And then backside, which all the pieces that come with the set, of course. And then advertisement for most of the other first wave sets that there is. And then realistic pictures of the whole Elves group. And then a large, quite nice picture of Elvendale with all the element keys that there are, and also another group photo of the elves there. And then advertisement for mobile app, which not sure if is even active anymore or whatever. Then the final building steps of it. An ad for 3 creator sets, and also another ad for a friends set that there was at the time. A little map of Elvendale. So quite nice artwork of this set that there is. First of which, for the mini dolls of this set, is Aira, which this same version that which appears in both sets and also in Aira's Creative Workshop. So, but the only thing is, but this one, which is in Aira's Pegasus Sleigh, that the only thing exclusive is this shoulder pad cape thing that there is, which continues to the backside and also has a bunch of little indents in it. But otherwise, all the same as in those sets, so not much to say there. And next to which we have Azari, the fire elf, and also having that tile piece with the map of Elvendale to the keys, which also comes in most of the sets, but also without the cloak that there is. That the rest of which does come in a few other sets at this in the time of this, and also holding a trans orange flat stud, obviously representing her fire element. And however, the all the printings of which really good for how it is they are, and also do have some quite nice foot printing with a kind of gold look to it, which really nice. And then as for like the face printing, also quite neat for how it is, like with the eyes and the elf markings. Oh, and also side arm printing, also like the rest of the elves of the group. And also the hair piece, which well workable on both other mini dolls and minifigs, but despite having the like elves ears to it, and then also the backside, which kind of dual molded of dark red and also yellowish orange for that. So quite nice to see that, and also not only back torso printing as well. And that's about it with Azari. And now onto Naida, of which the water elf there. But since this variant of which did also come in a couple other sets at this time for that, but however, this adventure ship was probably the cheapest way to get her. Oh wait, actually there was a cheaper set than this, which was the Spa Secret set. But however, the torso printing, which quite nice for how it is, and nice mixture of different blues going on, and also a flip-flop sandal look to it, but also with seashells as part of it, quite nice. And also side of which also side arm printing depicting with the water symboling to it, and again the tile piece with the map then, and also blue flat stud representing the water element of her, and also the face printing, quite nice, quite good for how it is, and also the hair piece, which is all in this aqua blue color, kind of die casted, or I mean double molded with both aqua and regular blue, which really nice for how that is, and also quite workable on most other minifigs and mini dolls, despite having the elf ears there. And next to which is Miku, the little dragon. So I think this was probably one of the first appearances of dragons in the elf theme. But as you can see, kind of dual molded of like lightish blue and darkish pink, which is quite nice for how it is, and also face printing done quite well for that, and all resting on a single stud for that, which like we later saw with BB-8 and Dio in Star Wars, and also texturing on the back with the like back spine and wings, quite nice for how it is, but also a single bit of white for the horns for that. First off, for the side builds included with Aira's Pegasus Sleigh is obviously this little side build resting on a 4x4 plate for that, and also this a gold cone and a single large hinge rod for that, but also a lot of clip plates with tooth signs acting as like the pointing signs to it, and of course pointing out different parts of Elfindale that there is, and also different symbols on rounded tiles for that, like one of earth, one for water area, one for fire area, and then above for air area. But also this tile piece did also be included in Aira's Creative Workshop, which forgot to add that in the last review. But also these, which also come on other parts of the sets themselves, and also these came in a couple other sets as well. And now onto this other little assembly with that, which kind of simple for how it is, but yet has plenty of things going on. But also do you have a kind of barren from the backside, well, just with the trans pink bricks in there, nice to see, and also a single battle droid piece from Star Wars, but just to hold the fish piece on it to look like it's leaping out of the water. So like this one part of which has just a couple of rounded plates in 2 types, and also trans pink crystal piece for that, and of course, and also the fish that we just mentioned, and a couple of other by 1 bricks and curved slopes to look like a water flowing through it, and also do have a little caveway made with a single what's it called, archway, and a couple of jagged slopes there, and also one holding the bush piece in pink, and also a couple diamond pieces in clear for that, and then also a couple of cookies that lead to that single stud there, and also do have a flat stud with a little bit of the air symbol on it, and also do have a small cylinder build for the lantern letters, and also this large hole area which is made of a few jagged slopes for that, can open that up, and also find the pink, well, probably the air key, which actually the same key piece that is used throughout the sets, but this time in lavender to make it the air key for that. Then also that yellow stud in the grilled pieces in yellow here, mainly to represent a nest that is for Miku here. And standing right onto it and close behind it, and there he is kind of sitting in there. And as for this upper top section, which is mini build for a tree, which is just a couple of slopes and also one of those leaf pieces, but in dark red, like we also saw in the Hobbit sets at this time, or a couple of years prior to this, and also another diamond piece in clear, and then also have this mini windmill build to it, which to which is just two archways in white and bricks in darkish tan there, and also long jagged slopes in magenta with stickers on them on both sides for that, and also the top part of which has this multi-clip kind of piece there, and holding all these Chima wing pieces to be sort of the turbine of it, and turns quite well for how it is, and just nothing from the back, but yeah. And that is it with the side builds, and now onto the Pegasus Sleigh. So here's the Pegasus Sleigh, which from first glance kind of feels like Santa Claus's sleigh for that, but luckily this is which a little different, depicting something in Elves then, and of course with a nice consistent color scheme of white, lavender, and yellow, and some of gold as well. And then up front of which have about two specific horse pieces, which were previously used in Elves for that, but luckily these ones do have different printings for the eyes and the markings on the sides, obviously indicating Elves then. And although one YouTuber did say the in separate names of both of these Pegasi, but I can't remember that. But if anyone knows the names of these Pegasi, tell in the comments. And also you have those other slope pieces, probably depicting harnesses, and also the wing pieces that were later used on Buckbeak in Harry Potter for that, and also the long Technic flex tube going outwards and connecting to the sleigh. So now onto the sleigh here, which obviously first of which a couple more clip pieces to hold those flex tubes, and also this upper part, which is made of a couple of car roof, door, and kind of hood pieces, but also held together with that stickers tile piece that was also on the sign from earlier. And then also kind of randomly are these inverted slopes in clear, not sure what for, but whatever. And then also on the side parts of them are a couple of slope kind of pieces acting as like little wings for that. And if notice this yellow piece or yellow Technic piece in the back, well, if you like push on that, then the wings kind of come right forward, and they're like probably to accelerate or something. And then as for these lower part of it, which are these railing kind of pieces made of just a few random Technic pieces to that, and then going all the way upwards, and also one the classic tailpiece and earlier elephant trunk piece is also in gold, nice to see there. And then also to mention is also on the far back of which is this treasure chest piece in lavender, which you can open right up and store whatever in there. And also on the sides are those Chima wing pieces in gold, and also these like tiles that are supposed to represent or look like little seating cushions for how they are, and also have those single foot holders in order to fit the characters into them like quite nicely. And also you can like close this part over them, and they're in there quite well, and also can fit up to about 4 characters in them. But although in the online animations and such, or the online videos and stuff, there was one that had like all 5 characters, which are the 4 elves and Emily Jones in it. So I think instead of that, I think should have been able to include at least an additional 5th seat in there, unless if you could modify that in if you wanted. But yeah. And I guess that's about it with Aira's Pegasus Sleigh. And now on to Naida's adventure ship. And first of which is this little side build that is just a basic clamp piece for that, which as you see, all standing on a rounded plate for that, and also flower piece, and also a leaf piece in green, and also gem piece in trans light blue for that. And the clam here, kind of same pieces that do come in a lot of sets for that, but in white, and also that And also knows that rubber piece behind. Well, open that up and it makes it close right down. But otherwise, inside of which is the water key for that, which obviously it's the same key piece, but now with a flat stud printed with the water symbol to it. And even though this piece did also come in a couple other sets, well, also to note is also there is supposed to be a 2x2 tile piece in tan that holds this all down, but I just didn't find it in time for this review. But yeah, and that is it there. So now on to the ship. As you can see, quite nice build for how it is, and obviously this one large sail piece which has just about one side which all printed and such, but one side just completely blank for that. So kind of strange how that is, but also good, nice consistent color scheme of like dark blue, light blue, and some gold and tan, and also some purple and a few others here and there. But yeah. And of course this build may be a little different than most other boat builds, but also one that cannot float for that, unless it was like the pre-done boat hulls that there were. First of which is the bow of it, which kind of an interesting build for that, which pretty much just like lost not using the side curved slopes ending off and some more curved slopes in gold and just going straight upwards for that, which obviously fitting to the Elves design style for that. And then further inwards is the tile piece with the water symbol sticker on it for that, like we saw on the sign earlier for that. And then also a couple more of those leaf pieces with the gem pieces in bright trans blue and flowers on the sides, and yeah. Then on both sides of it are these little larger curved slopes, but also with stickers on the sides of it. And then also in the center part of it is mostly just some tan plates, and also some what do they call tile pieces, but stickered to look like planks of wood there. And then also have this little bucket on there, kind of randomly there. And then also on the sides are a couple more of those clamshell pieces, but in gold, which nice to use for mocking if you want it. And also both are on mixel ball joints, and also have this stickered tile piece in there, which not sure what it's representing, or probably something relevant to elves. And yeah, and then also in the center part is a couple of curved slopes in purple, and also you have this little steering wheel part, which is part of a gear mechanism that leads to the sail. And then as for the sail and the mechanism, is if you turn on that, it makes it turn a whole 360 if you wanted, or at least just side to side, obviously. And then as for the like sail assembly here, is, as you see, quite interesting print to it. But if look to the other side of it, just all these Technic rods and connectors and also mini ball joint pins. And now on to the far back part of it, which just a couple of curved slopes around it, and also those like callus cup pieces in gold holding these trans blue cylinders, mainly to be extra lights to it. And also you have that classic castle window on there to be like the main windows of it. And then also up here are the leaf piece kind of pieces, also in that green color, and then on top of which is mainly this large standing area, but also with this large pink tile piece with the water symbol on it again for that. And then also far backside, which is a telescope piece, so these with a diamond piece in the backside of it. And yeah. And lastly is the stern of this boat or ship. This have a couple of those larger wing pieces from Chima, but in gold for that. And then also do have another one of those clip kind of pieces there, and then also a kind of large standing area, and also a little bit of interior inside of it, which another large tile piece in pink with a large sticker on it, and then also you have a little stove with a frying pan part, and also a little hairbrush in pink and a trans purple 1x1 brick on there, mostly to be a jar with something in it. And then also you have lavender tile pieces like we saw on the clamshell parts in the front, and also you have those little leaf-like pieces, but in gold. Quite nice to use for walking and with holding diamond pieces on them. And then also you have a couple of FA plate and tiles sticking out, probably to be like a little diving board on the back side of it or something. So it's kind of odd for how that is, but yeah. Or something that Aira can, or Naida can just stand on the backside and work through the water, or conquer up something in the water. And yeah. And I guess that is about it with the adventure ship. And now on to the verdict. So for my overall verdict, I think these of which are quite good sets. Like, obviously get to have some, obviously two specific story elemented sets, well, that both played key parts in the storyline, like, and also both of which having a specific element key for that. One for water and also one for air, of course. And also one of the first times of us having dragons in the theme, mainly with the Miku in the Pegasus Sleigh. And whereas both of which are also good parts packs for like dark blue, light blue, and also white and lavender. For that. And also the Pegasus Sleigh, good way to get both of the friends horses that are not specific to friends, but also a decent little side build with a cave and a tiny lake with a waterfall in it, and also nice side build with the sign with all the element symbols on it. And yeah, and for the adventure ship, would have been nice if the sail was printed on both sides of it. Well, maybe just for the price point, wanted to keep it a little low for that. But yeah, but whereas for both of these sets, would have been nice if Emily Jones could have been included in here, since of course is one of the main characters of the theme, and would have been great to be included in more other sets for that. But that's just me. But whereas adventure ship would be nice if maybe she could, well, adventure ship most likely, but yeah. And also would be nice if maybe a dolphin that was also in the spa secret set also could have been included there. Well, maybe that would have been a little much, but yeah. And whereas for both of these sets, which for the $30 each that they were at the time, still quite good for how they were. Which for the adventure ship, you have kind of which is a ship or a boat with some quite unique builds to it, like the front bow of it, and also the diving board part on the back part of it, even though that may have been something used in City or Friends, but yeah. And also nice to have those clamshell pieces in gold, and yeah. And so now, for any of you who still have these sets from back in the day, well, I hope you had some good memories of them. And for those of you who haven't and are still looking to get these sets, I say definitely get them. eBay, Bricklink, Mercari, Bricks and Minifigs, whatnot, whatever. And that is it with this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.